I think first and foremost, we've always been excited about the Philippines market. It's a young, it's growing, it's getting more affluent, getting more connected. So I think as a company, Google globally, we really see the Philippines as an amazing opportunity, a market that we should all look into, right? But to be honest, Google in the Philippines has been here for more than 6 years. And during all those times, we've been doing a lot of efforts to get the best of Google's technology and services into the country. It's not as if that we're only doing this for the first time. I think we're just fortunate that there are a number of announcements that we have in Club, and I think that's one way of presenting it today in one big forum. But we've been doing this even in the past. It works in many aspects, and I think each one of them will have a different way of helping Filipinos' lives. But ultimately, a lot or all of these announcements are really meant to drive inclusive growth and open up opportunities for every Filipino. In Google Philippines, the way we've articulated our mission is to how do we connect every Filipino to boundless opportunities. And if you look at our announcements today, imagine Google Station. I mean, how do we connect millions of Filipinos who are not yet connected to have that affordable, or in fact, it's free Wi-Fi that they would have. The second launch that we have is really Google Go. I think it's one of those products that we have which is designed for the new smartphone user. So it's lighter, it's faster, and the experience is much more visual and much more intuitive. And if it helps them getting the information faster, that's good for them. Now think about Google Jobs on search. This is certainly a big pain point for many Filipinos. We still have one of the highest unemployment rates. And if we could help Filipinos get the right job opportunities much easier and much more fit for you, because we're making it much more customized for your needs, that's great, right? And so all of these things that we're doing, from Digiskarting Pinay to also about the launch of Google My Business partnerships, are all meant to unlock opportunities for every Filipino. So I think we're proud that all of these product launches are not just about showcasing Google technology, but more importantly, is helping improve Filipinos' lives. Ultimately, obviously, we look at economic opportunities as the primary driver of how we could drive this. But you know, our platforms is just is free for any Filipino to be able to use it. YouTube, for example, YouTube is a way people have been using it for entertainment. But what we're also surprised is it also has become a platform now for learning, and thus for us launching Digiskarting Pinay, hopefully we're gonna invite many more partners to provide content which is not just entertaining, but more importantly, helpful, right? Meaning, I think we're seeing the power of technology to be able to improve people's lives. And it would be amazing if many other partners, not just government, but also private entities, brands, organizations, creators, are now coming on board to helping on this cause. First and foremost, we want to impact as many people as possible. That's really our main focus. So certainly we would prioritize high traffic areas. But these high traffic areas also exist in Visayas Mindanao. We have airports in Visayas Mindanao. We have the Roro or the bus stations, even stations when it comes to boats and ships, right? Meaning if these are public areas where we think a lot of Filipinos congregate, that is a ripe venue that we could deploy Google Station. And this exists not just in Manila or Luzon, but also in Visayas and Mindanao. Some of them are already launched now. Some of them are happening by the end of the month, and and I think the last of them are really happening by at least the end of the quarter, right? By the end of March. So at least a lot of the announcements that we've made today, I think we are pretty confident that we'll be able to deploy them much sooner than later. As I said, some are already online now, and hopefully those services are something that Filipinos could already start enjoying. A couple of really things stand out. The first one is about Google Station. You know, ultimately, if you think about the digital economy, the most basic of them all is about access. And I think the main point of why we're doing this is how could we get the millions of Filipinos who are not yet online to be able to enjoy this service or this technology. But the other one that I feel strongly passionate about is our launch of Digiskarting Pinay. You know, this is really an amazing initiative, because we've been really touched by heartening stories of how Filipino women has used YouTube as a learning platform and helped them augment or increase their income. It is stories like those, which the one we shared today, have really drove us that there must be a way to scale this, and there must be a way that we'll be able to invite many more other partners to join us on this whole initiative. So I think those two are the ones that really comes to mind. We're looking at different venues, anything which is really high traffic, and we believe that it could really benefit the users, right? So we think about, first, top of mind is really public transport hubs, right? But of course, schools would be one of them. In fact, it's not so far-fetched that maybe in some municipalities will be able to deploy this. But we are focused mainly on where the users are. We're going to follow them.